But yeah, the late birthday. So it was interesting because last week it was funny. Is most people look at it at the beginning or early stages or by research as a negative, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to talk a little bit about that today because it's there could be obviously. So like some of the things that you look at when someone's a late birthday is obviously and well, if you read the book
Outliers.
like it's it draws it out pretty good. Like basically most people in sports are born in the first 3-4 months of the year. Most people that succeed in things are born in certain times of the year according to their sport or whatever it is. And there's an advantage. Well, why is there an advantage? There's an advantage because, especially in the early years, you're like, so Charlie, when he started playing hockey at 5, 6, and 7, well, while the guys were turning 5, while the guys were turning 6, he just turned 5.
Yeah.
And it was like a year behind in development. That's physically, mentally, emotionally, all those different things, right? So you would think, okay, so you're way behind. And in a lot of cases, that would be true because you would be, you're just weaker. There's a big difference between a 10-year-old and a 9-year-old. And you can see it in the gym, right? When a kid goes from bantam to midget,
especially for boys,
bantam, man, it doesn't look like different humans.
Yeah.
So that 1 year could be a huge thing. So then what are you actually doing? You're probably, most likely, if you're a late birthday, you're probably struggling to keep up with the kids that are born in January, February. Like probably. It's not coming as easy. You're just developmentally possibly behind. Socially, they've just been around like a lot longer, even in a short period of time, right? So those are the things that look like as struggles. But I kind of liked it because with when he was growing up, he was athletic because we did just a lot of things together. So anyways, for him, it was beneficial to be late because he had some he had some skill because we played a lot of sports and running and stuff. So when he went and played, he wasn't behind, but this is the beautiful thing about being a late bloomer or a late birthday. Wasn't behind, but he wasn't always the best.
Right.
He had to work. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
So no matter what. So that's what I like about the late bloomer or the late bloomers. I'm talking about that too. The late birthday kids is that there's always a little bit of a struggle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was the same because I'm a late birthday too. I'm in November. Yeah. And I remember having that conversation with my parents too a lot of times because I was a late birthday. I remember my dad always saying it too when I was a kid and not really understanding what that meant. Like him saying, well, I mean, you're born in November. Like some of these kids are a year older than you.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
like we're all born in 94. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't understand, like I didn't map it onto myself how it's like, oh, some of these kids have 5, 6, 7, 8 months of development on me. Yeah. And when you're a kid, like think of you got Avery's baby, like wait till she's 1. Like when she's 1, that's a lot different than when she's out of the chute, that 1 year. And when you're up until you're finished going through puberty, like you're changing a lot year to year. And that's why we always say when you're scouting kids or when you're looking at kids coming up through AAA, you can't tell like who's good because everyone's changing so fast. Like the guy who was best when I was 9 didn't even play hockey anymore when we were 13.
Yeah.
And he's by far the best, not even close.
Yeah.
By far the best. And he didn't play anymore when we were 13.
Yeah.
And things are changing so fast. But I remember that exact situation for myself being late. And it was exactly that. It was that a little bit of that struggle. And that's probably why we were talking before that having to grind type of idea.
Yeah.
Because I had that too. That's probably why I ended up having a little bit of grit or a little bit of jam because you have to battle. You have to battle a lot. You're not
going to be the biggest guy.
No.
Probably not going to be the strongest guy.
No.
So you have to fight for every inch.
Yeah.
And those are some of the struggles, right? It can, I guess I wanted to say this for kids I was looking at my son when he had his birthday and I went, geez, when you really think about it, he's a young kid. So it can be really hard. So I was thinking about this because there's a lot of kids out there that are late birthdays and late bloomers. And, as parents maybe don't even realize how much of a gap it is. But the thing is that I want you to make sure that you don't quit on yourself because you're not necessarily the best guy or the strongest guy, or maybe some all your team at a certain level has hair in your nuts and you didn't get them yet, right? You know what I mean? It's not it's not much of a difference, but some of those things are like actually benefits to you later on.